Okay. So up to Winklebottom. Mr. Winklebottom. So what's loan we had? That's it. Policy, tree, that one. I don't know how many saves you can make. Anyway, let's see. We still hadn't met the butthole. Let's see, what stuff do we have? We had the greasy tide, I'm not sure. We needed to find something to solidify the key outside.
I believe these are used to see into the future. Rather a pity they can't see into the past, so we could find out what happened to Gilfrey. I say, Frumple, I can see a mist starting to form in this.
No, old boy, that's just your monocle steaming up because of the heat from the fire.
Oh, then we probably shan't get any answers this way. Greetings, madam.
What's that, young man?
I said greeting.
No, it's no good.
Still nothing new
We're
from
not going to
Paul.
get very far here, Winklebottom. My diagnosis is the old bird.
I'm so glad to have.
Oh, thank you.
So, it's nothing new though.
Thank you.
What's that?
Ugh.
So I don't know what the tie is for. Like, we need a screw to get the thing off of here. Maybe she can understand this better. We don't have any clues to this fucking box over here yet.
I don't really want to lug around an entire hosepipe if I don't have a reason to.
Well, what is it?
He gets nothing new to say.
Well, thank you for your...
Go on then.
No, I don't think this...
Don't know. We can't do anything with the island map, and
This seems unlikely.
I don't know what the empty envelope is supposed to be for. Like, we went and visited everyone. No one had anything new to say.
A sporting trophy won by Gilfrey. He was always such a strong, fit chap.
Won a few sporting trophies myself in my youth, you know. Came second in the old boys' egg and spoon race back at the old academy. They let me keep the spoon. Had to give back the anchor mind. Matron only laid it that morning.
Various works of fiction. These are most likely Ethelberta's. Aristotle preferred his scientific tomes instead.
Ugh, Shakespeare. The masters made us read it at school, toted old rot. Don't mind the one with the two lovers from rival families of mongooses and capybaras, though.
Now, let us have a look in here.
Oh, just some papers. How boring.
Not inherently so, but in this case, yes. They don't seem to be of any great interest. Although it does seem odd that they're in such a mess. It's almost as if somebody had been rummaging through them in a hurry.
Best way, in my opinion, gets it out of the way. I much prefer reading things with nice pictures in them. Medical books have some excellent drawings.
One would hope that you at least glance at the words, mind you. This seems unlikely. A bust of the great Caesar. Gilfrey was most interested in ancient history.
Good grief, look at his eyes. They look even...
What is it with you and...
So he was freaking out. She didn't have anything new to say.
I say, madam, are you feeling more rested now?
I'm feeling somewhat better now, my lord. I'll return to my duties shortly.
This seems unlikely. seems
Like, the stuff it said to use to harden the, key outside.
a key-shaped hole filled with sap from a plant.
We do live a strange life, Winklebottom.
It's no good, we won't get anywhere in this weather. We'll have to wait until the storm.
Can't do anything like that.
I have reservation. I need to mix in some alkali before heating this.
Yeah, let's see. And when I looked up what alkaline was, it said it's in, like, fruits and
This
shit.
seems unlikely.
The only fruits...
I'm really not.
I go to the kitchen, it won't let us touch the fucking bowl or anything.
A bowl of fruit. You know what they say, Frumple? An apple.
Well, doesn't seem to have worked.
I'm really not sure, but... no. A bowl of fruit.
Well, doesn't seem to have worked.
I'm really not sure. I have reservation.
I don't understand.
This seems
There's still a bit of butter left in this pan. Maybe I could find some bread somewhere to mop it up.
Sometimes you really are quite repugnant for... At least we know we can make more tea.
Ah, that's a relief. I feel like I've been nursing this.
I have
Like, it's an empty well. Like, what am I supposed to do with an
No,
empty
I don't-
well?
This seems
Like, I can't do anything with the king bowl, and I can't do anything with
a bowl of fruit.
Well, doesn't seem to.
Right, with this door held open, I can just about get... Looks like there are some bags over yonder, but I... This is a dangerous substance. I don't especially want to pick it up with my mouth, but I suppose I don't really have a choice.
Oh. Oh, now? Oh, you son of a bitch. I bet that's what I needed.
Let's put this alkaline to the sap then.
Yeah, let me do it. This needs the steady hoof of a surgeon. Oh dear, well, it all went in at any rate.
There's a mixture of sap and alkali in this hole now. If the book we read is...
Yeah.
Shame it's so bloody freezing out here, really.
We just need to use the flame now.
This will work, I think, but I'll need to light it first.
Oh. Only light. Well, there's the fireplace too. I guess I could try that since we're in Neo.
I'll just touch the wick to the flame, and here we are. The lantern is illuminated.
Okay, that won't. Alright. Get this put together and figure out where this fucking key goes.
Let me try and apply heat from this lamp to the resin mixture, and let's see what happens.
Huh, can't see anything happening. How boring.
Give it time, Frumple.
Can we go now? I'm so bored waiting for this.
You know, Frumple, I rather think we can. Look, the resin is set solid, just like the book said.
Oh yes, no, never doubted it for a moment. Looks like we now have a copy of the key that was dropped here.
Now to find what is the key to.
So it's either the basement or the upstairs, so let's try the basement first. Because it looks like the way to get the water drained is down there, so...
Maybe this key we made will fit the lock on the cellar door.
By Jove, it works. Well done, Winklebottom.
Oh, unfortunately it snapped off in the lock. I suppose the resin wasn't really strong enough. Still got the door open anyway.
Okay, well. Got the job done at least, right?
I suppose they must keep a few cooking supplies down here too.
Foolish if you ask me. It'll get all damp in this place.
This system must feed water into the rest of the house, the taps, Gilfrey's pipe network, the orangery and so on.
So that would mean the water in the hose is salty then.
This system must feed
Nothing to say about the... Alright, well, looks like we're done down here, aren't we? Alright, then let's go back to that one room. Should let us drain the water and we can get the body examined. Let's see. This room. Yep.
Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Gilfrey out of there. It's no use, the wheel is completely seized up. We'll need to lubricate it somehow.
Bound to be some oil or grease around the place somewhere.
Huh. Wonder if that leftover butter will work. Other than that, I have no idea. Wait. Oh, the tie. That would be probably the whole point of the tie.
Right then, I'll wipe this liquid butter around the valve using the tie we cut off a dead moose's mounted head.
There is literally no simpler way we could have done this.
I think I might dispose of this now, it's absolutely disgusting. Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Gilfrey out of there. The lubrication has helped, but I still can't turn it. If only I had some leverage.
Seriously? I still have to do something? Like empty envelope?
I have reservation.
Like I'm not sure what the...
Now this is interesting. Gilfrey will get out of his pipe network in here.
Oh, could he do that? Breathe air, I mean.
Oh yes, for a short while anyway. For longer periods he'd use a pressure suit. But you see, if we flush out the water, we might be able to get access to the body.
Then I could carry out an autopsy. Oh, I do like a good autopsy. Oh, sorry, old man.
The sign next to this light says,
Maybe just a slight turn. Just
no from...
I'm not sure what... Some leverage. Like, nothing I have should do anything. Not sure what the hell I would use exactly to do that.
From what I recall, this door leads to the attic. Sadly, it appears to be...
Oh, Why do people...
I rather imagine Guilfrey...
Well, yes.
Leverage.
Just a swift...
Isn't Bob...
This might prove useful.
Absolutely not. What?
Different seats for...
Gone.
Still no butthole.
This looks like a child's doll. It seems to be a cuddly axolotl.
Bit of an odd thing to keep around.
I say, madam, are you feeling more...
I'm feeling somewhat better.
Mr. Walters?
Yeah, avast and away with you.
Is he drunk again?
A foul beast.
I think he might be dreaming.
Fella's gone crackers if you ask me.
I should never have shot that albatross. Cursed I be. But he knocked over me pint.
Seems like he's delusional, or at least I hope he is. A sporting trophy won by Guilfrey.
Won a few sporting trophies myself in my youth.
Sorry, my friend, I'm rather afraid I've more of a need for this than you do.
There's just nothing you won't half-inch given the chance, is there?
Yeah, give it a try.
Lubricating the valve wasn't enough, but maybe this will help us get some leverage on it. Since there's no way to contact the mainland, we should flush out the body and perform an autopsy ourselves.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? The Guilfrey estate will not be held liable for any damage or injury caused by incorrect operation of that device, you know.
Oh, hang it all, what's the worst that can happen?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Oh, bloody hell.
Assault. Oh shit. Did we just mortar him? Fuck. I think we just mortared the gardener.
Well, that was a most eventful night.
Quite so, old boy.
Hopefully our call got through to the police on the mainland, though I don't hold out much hope in that regard.
Our first priority should be the autopsy. I'll need to go and have a look at the body.
Good lord, what was that? It sounded like it came from the drawing room. We must investigate.
Somebody please come quickly!
It's Miss Guilfrey again. Hurry, Frumple.
Oh, Lord Winklebottom, Dr. Frumple, thank goodness you're here. I just came back this morning and I discovered this horrific mess.
Shit, he did. Interestingly, the hose is not connected to the pipe anymore.
What a disgusting sight. What on earth is it?
I do believe it's Mr. Pumphrey, the gardener.
Whatever could have happened to him?
Poor chap looks to have been doused in salt water. Deadly to certain invertebrates, you know.
Salt water? Why would salt water be running through the pipes in here?
I need some fresh air. You'll find me outside if you need me. Oh, look at this!
Ah, Miss Price! You gave me quite the start. I didn't notice you coming in.
Story of my life. This is fascinating, though. I'd heard this could happen to slugs, but I've never witnessed it before. Oh, I would like to study it.
Bit grim.
I don't really want to lug around an entire hosepipe if I don't have a reason to. I really am awfully embarrassed about this, you know. Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around with that water system, do you?
Oh, I don't suppose so, no. On balance, I'm certain this was just a terrible but entirely unrelated accident.
Are you trying to get away with more? I mean, to be fair, it's not our fault there was salt water in it, but...
Tell us a bit about your work.
It's hard to know where to begin, really. It was very varied. Archaeology, historical research, even paleontology. Gilfrey had found a lot of very interesting artifacts over the years.
And you were cataloguing them all?
I wasn't just his secretary, if that's what you were implying. I studied them, made notes, performed tests to determine age and so on. We were doing solid research.
Had you made any significant discoveries recently? Could that be what Gilfrey was planning to announce?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing that would be of interest to the general public.
Could we perhaps take a look at your notes to see if there's anything that stands out?
I'm afraid not. Mr. Gilfrey took them and I don't know where he put them. I'd be very grateful to have them back if you happen to find them.
Thank you, Miss Price.
I guess there's nothing to find out about him. Well, no more dialogue with you.
Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my son.
That's still there. Looks like nothing new here. So I guess let's go examine the body. I guess we could try the gong again.
Gone.
Nope. Butler is still missing. I'll be very interested to hear where the fuck the butler is.
Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Trouble is I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least I'll need a knife, some needle and thread, and some kind of apron to protect myself. Have to ask around, I suppose.
Well, we got a knife, needle and thread, and an apron. Okay, he's up.
Ah, Miss Clutterbuck, I wonder if you might be able to lend us your apron for a short time.
I think not, my lord. I'd be lost without it. Give me a minute and I'll get you one of my spares, though. There you are, my lord. You can keep this one. It never did me any good in any case.
Oh my. Here, Frumple, you can keep hold of this. Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
Huh. It's not in my inventory, interestingly.
I suppose they must keep a few.
Foolish if you are.
Nope. Didn't put two to go. Dummies. No, I don't think I've seen a needle thread anywhere. Oh wait, her bag. There's shit in there. Yeah, right there.
Dame Celia's haberdashery bag. Knitting, sewing, wool, threads and such like.
Come on then, pinch a needle and thread while she's not looking.
Dr. Reginald Frumple, I'm appalled. We must ask her if we wish to borrow her belongings.
Like you asked when you made off with that dead chap's tie, you mean?
What, they were dead?
Dame Celia, we should like to borrow your sewing kit.
Don't mumble so, darling.
Greetings, madam.
I say,
I said...
no, it's no good. I can't hear you.
Daft old bird, she needs a
Okay, so we definitely
Yeah, well.
need a...
What did you say?
Madam? Thank you for your time.
So we need to find a screwdriver to get that thing off. So can we explore the island now? Because the rain stopped.
Well, the rain appears to have cleared up at least. This will make exploring the rest of the island rather easier.
Yes, wouldn't have wanted to go out in that storm. My tea would have been watered down something rotten.
Have you finished sorting through Gilfrey's paperwork? Did you find everything you needed?
Well, not everything. There were some papers missing. If you find any of his documents or such like, do let me know.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, well, let's see what we can look at on the island. So, we're at the manor, so we have a forest, a lighthouse, a dock, a family crypt. Well, let's start to the furthest south, I guess. I imagine this won't have much here. Oh, look.
Look, Frumple, it's Mr. Walters.
Let me be. I'm not sticking around this place for a minute longer.
Can we just let him leave like this?
Who's going to stop me? You soft-bellied landlubbers?
It's okay, Frumple. Walters clearly wasn't here when Gilfrey was killed. We can let him leave.
Drunkard barely got us here in one piece, probably drowned before he reaches the mainland. Still, it's his own funeral, I suppose.
I'll have you know that I be as sober as a judge. After what I saw last night, I'm giving up drink for life.
Well, goodbye then, Mr. Walters, and good luck.
Well, that's good. Giving up the drink. Yeah. Along the beach. Well, let's check along the beach here.
Good grief, Frumple. Who on earth is this poor unfortunate?
Oh, as I live and breathe, it is. It's Lord Winklebottom. Oh, am I glad to see you, sir.
Inspector Culver, what on earth happened to you?
What doesn't seem fair? Him giving up the drink?
We got your call, Winklebottom. So I got here as quick as I could. I have come to help, sir.
You don't look like you're in any state to do that right now. How on earth did you get here?
It wasn't easy, sir. Couldn't get a boat. Only a madman would try to sail through that storm.
Well, quiet. Hold on a minute, you don't mean...
That's right, sir. I flew here, all the way from Special Branch. Now, if you don't mind, sirs, I'm starting to feel a bit.
Well, he has his long neck that's always came in use.
Poor old bird has passed out. Come on, Frumple, let's get him back to the mansion to rest. Right, well, we got him settled down. We should go back and check on him later.
Oh, that was unfortunate, but at least law enforcement's here.
Some driftwood is floating out on the sea. This might be useful if I could reach it.
Honestly, the one thing you should be good at is reaching things at a distance.
I'm not far off, but I need a bit more reach. Some kind of long pole would do the trick if it had something on the end to hook in the wood. If only I hadn't lost that boat hook earlier.
Yeah, maybe we're lucky we'll find it. His assistant? Why is there a submarine in here?
I can't open these by hoof. I'll need a tool of some kind.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, I doubt the knife's gonna work.
I'm really not sure, but
I don't think so.
I should very much like to see the inside of that craft. However, the water is far too deep to wade over. Frumple, perhaps you could...
No bloody chance. I'd get water in me tea.
Well, guess there's nothing we can do in here. I think you would question why there's a fucking submarine in a little cave. Well, node for ladle. Let's check the lighthouse, I guess.
I'm not sure this is the right way. I do believe we're lost. I'm not sure this is... Thank goodness for that. This way leads out of the forest.
So apparently we cannot get to the lighthouse without going through the forest, apparently. Okay, well, so nothing on that then. Well, what's going on here?
Tell us more about this business with your family.
Not much to tell. I wanted to get a decent job and they didn't approve. Just wanted me to swan around the estate all day. Not my style, old thing. I mean, I like to enjoy myself as much as the next chap, but one has to try to make a difference, don't you think?
Wish I didn't have to have a job. My life would be much easier without all the bloody sick people badgering me all day.
So they disowned you. Seems a trifle harsh.
Well, quite, old thing. Families, eh, Winklebottom? More belly trouble than they're worth. We'd be better off without them. Oh, sorry, Constant.
Well, that's,
Thank you, sir. Perhaps we could discuss your family. What can you tell us about your mother?
Mother and I were great pals, Lord Winklebottom. We had such laughs, often at Father's expense. The house was so full of joy before.
I was so very sorry to hear of Ethelberta's death.
The house wasn't the same after that. I had to get away, you understand? I just couldn't bear it. But now I've returned, and Father is...
Dreadful business. Just dreadful.
Had you seen your father recently?
No, not for some time. I was so looking forward to seeing him again, introducing him to Winslet. But alas...
So she hadn't been in contact with him for a while.
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gilfrey. Tarquin Bernard Flopsy III, 1865 to 1908, survived by his loving wife, 38 daughters and 42 sons. May he rest in peace.
Holy fuck, that's a lot of children.
A chap named Wilfred Pex is apparently buried here. grave of a Julia Zizou. This appears to be the grave of one Brutus Nibbler. Percival Flabbernacle, 1808 to 1905. May Blob be with him. How curious. For those we've lost, there are a number of names here. Here's one, Linda Lee Peck. For those we've lost, there are a number. Christopher N. For those we've lost, there are a number of names here. Pamela Margaret Avery.
How many fucking names on this?
For those we've lost, there are a number. Christopher N. For those we've lost, there are a number of names. Lois Jean Richard.
Like, was this
For
a
those we've
Kickstarter
lost,
game?
there are a number of names. Terence Huggles. For those we've lost, Beatrice Eleanor Bagley.
I'm curious now. Usually this kind
For
of thing.
those we've lost, there are a number of names here.
See.
Here's one.
Yes, this was a Kickstarter game. So then this, I imagine, is a certain tier of people who kickstarted. Kind of a weird way to do
Pamela
that.
Margaret Avery.
So potentially there could be hundreds of fucking names associated to that grave. But we're not clicking on that all day.
These vines are tough. We shan't remove them by hoof or even tooth or claw.
Not even your gnashers would get through those, eh?
I'm not fond of them in any case. Too bitter for my palate. Ethelberta's grave. You can tell how much he revered her.
Don't much fancy being buried myself. Shoved into a tiny wooden box in the cold and darkness. No, I had enough of that getting over here, thank you very much.
Doesn't look like anything there. There's nowhere else to go. Well, I guess let's see what's happening at the manor now then. I imagine they put him on the bed over here, I imagine.
Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you, Frumple?
Poor fellow is knackered. He'll be right as rain after a bit of rest, though. We should leave him be.
Hopefully he doesn't get murdered. Still wonder where the hell the butler is.
No point trying again. This line is down somewhere. We must investigate this incident ourselves.
So let's see. So we need that. I can't imagine anyone being up here, but I guess worth checking. Yeah, no one there. So I imagine whatever we're all here for is in the attic, I would imagine. Oh, everyone's pieced out here.
I've already got one of these on. I think I'll leave these be. Not really cricket to go around stealing from a dead chap.
I mean, you've done nothing but walk around picking up things that don't belong to you since we left home this morning, but have to draw the line somewhere, what?
This tube is part of the network of pipes Gilfrey used.
Ingenious system.
You know, I feel like this axe might come in useful again. I suppose there's no harm in taking it out now.
Wait, just let me move out of the way first. I don't want to be anywhere near this lash up after the last time you touched it.
See? Perfectly safe. I think.
You might be able to use that to get the driftwood.
don't really think this diving suit would fit me.
So what are we gonna do with the driftwood? So, he's dead over there. You know what? Let's see if maybe we examining those papers might do something. Since the guy asked for papers, maybe it's worth checking out.
Now, let us have a look.
Oh, just some paper.
Not inherently so, but in this case, yes.
Best way, in my opinion, gets it out of the...
One would hope that you would...
Oh, nothing new there.
A sporting trophy.
One of these...
An award for Amphibian of the Year.
If I can get this...
I can't remove this trumpet, it's held in place with a... This is too big to remove the small screw.
Oh, I wonder if I can go and take the little knife back now.
It's open now, so I should be able to look inside.
I want the little knife, damn it!
There's really nothing you need to squeeze my head down here now the door is open.
Give me the fucking knife! But actually, let's get the driftwood, but I'm not really sure what the fuck I'm supposed to do with the driftwood, though.
This might do the job. Yes, I can pull the driftwood in towards the shore.
And you almost did it without dropping that antique axe into the drink too. Oh.
Some long pieces of wood.
That's what I'm gonna do with that. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with that. Maybe I could smoke out.
This seems unlikely. I have This seems... I'm really not sure. Dame Sealy's haberdashery bag.
Go on there.
Dr. Reginald from...
Like you asked when you made...
I'm not going to open these, it'll let in a terrible draft.
Still won't let...
I believe these are used to...
No, old boy.
Oh, then we... There's nothing left to eat in this.
You're addicted.
Madam,
She won't say anything.
thank you for your time. Farewell.
What did you say?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna need that thing that so she can fucking heal. I don't know, well... Actually, let's see, maybe the clock... The clock does something, but I'm doing it before, I don't know that now.
if I turn the hands, I can make the clock chime.
What? Grab anything now. Where the hell is the boat, I tell you?
Thank you, Miss Cl
I don't know what the hell we would do with the... Well, actually, maybe I should see if I can grab anything down the basement, maybe. Can't grab any of that stuff. Turn the water system back on. Not really sure if there's any real reason to do that.
Well, goodbye.
God be with.
No, I don't. Thank you, Miss. I don't really want to lug around an entire.
What the hell am I supposed to do with the empty envelope?
Somehow, I think he looks sad that he no longer has his axe.
You soppy great idiot. I say, Winklebottom, I wonder if these chaps know what happened to Gilfrey.
You could ask, but I doubt they'd hear, and I don't suppose they saw anything anyway, and if they did, they wouldn't say. A collection of gramophone records.
Oh look, they have Sounds of the Sea featuring Periwinkle, Flange and the Crustaceans. I love their music.
I think I'll stick to the classics.
Still don't know anything about this.
A curious box. Oddly, it seems to be fixed in place. It appears, however, that parts of the map itself might actually move slightly. You know, Thrumple, I'm not sure we have all the information we need to crack this puzzle.
You know, I wonder if you actually know the answer. I wonder if you could just crack it.
Gone.
Ugh.
Seriously, where the fuck is the bubble? For fuck's sake.
Worry about the tie, old thing.
Yeah, we kind of disposed of it. We could have probably bought it back, but nah. We were just like, nah.
Thank you, Mr. Spode.
And we don't know where to go through this forest. Can I use the, like, I doubt it, but I mean, maybe I can convince him to float over to the sub with the driftwood, maybe? Probably not.
I I can't just lay this wood over the water, it'll need to be bound together with something first.
Okay, so use that. What about the hose? It's the only thing I could think of.
I don't really want to look. No, I don't think this is.
No?
This seems unlikely. I have reservations.
Didn't think so.
A map of the island.
Well, if I can't use the hose, then what can I use?
I wonder if I can find any information about that plant.
What does it say?
Apparently, that sticky fluid in the plant is a kind of red.
Maybe we could use that for something if we can get...
The sign next to this light says, "Warning, do not open pressure."
Maybe just a slight turn.
No, from... A diving suit, used by Gilfrey to remain out of his tube system for long periods. It looks like the helmet can be removed.
Oh.
I know I can carry a lot of things, but I draw the line at lugging around a big metal helmet for no very good reason.
Son of a bitch. So I need a reason for it. But it does mean we're gonna need it.
I'm really not going to check all those bedrooms. I'd really rather not. Different seats. Poor Gilfrey. How sad he should end up like this. I suppose we should search the body for clues.
Looks like there's something in his pocket. We should probably take a look. I'll need to perform an autopsy as soon as possible too.
Let's try to do this as quickly as we can. I don't like to think of him just lying here in the bathtub like this.
You know, this sort of reminds me of that case we had in Yorkshire a few years back. Remember that? Hogfellow was murdered by being pushed down a hill in a bathtub. Last of the summer swine, the press called it.
Shall we get on, Frumple? We should check his pockets. Frumple, will you do the honours?
Only thing he has on him is a key by the looks of it. Nothing else here.
I imagine that's upstairs then. Alright then. Well then, I guess we're going up then.
Well, we have a key and we have a locked door. It would be most remiss of us not to at least attempt to use one with the other.
Well, go on then. Stop wittering on and just try it.
Oh, very well.
Bingo. So what do we got up here? Wait a minute.
No luck, I'm afraid. The door appears to be jammed shut.
I swear I can hear movement inside, though. I say, you in there. I insist you open this door at once. Well, I'm out of ideas. We need to force it open somehow.
Look, Frumple, somebody seems to have dropped a book.
Anything good? I like that one where animals from space came down in weird two-legged walking machines, then caught rabies and died. Very exciting.
No, actually, it appears to be a prayer book. We should return it to its rightful owner. Strange that it would be here, mind you.
Yes, that's kind of suspicious.
No luck, I'm afraid. The door...
I swear it. Well, I'm out of...
Well, that might be where the butler is. Interesting. So did the religious seal put the butler in the attic? That's what he has to say.
I wonder, is this prayer book yours, perhaps?
Oh, goodness, yes. I've been looking for that all morning. Wherever did you find it?
Rather curiously, we found it behind a locked door leading up to the attic.
Oh my, well, that is most strange. I really can't account for that at all. Most strange indeed.
Nonetheless, I'm glad I was able to return it to you.
That's it?
Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my...
That's it? Just... Well, glad you have it. Didn't even note it. Seriously? That's where we're leaving this? Is just... That's it?
Thank you, Miss... Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do...
Oh, I don't suppose... This seems unlike... I'm really not sure.
Give it to him and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't even give us anything. So I imagine the butler's in the attic, which would explain why he hasn't done anything. It is kind of suspicious, though.
Well, he seems dead to the world.
Poor fellow, isn't it?
This looks like a child.
Bit of an odd thing to keep...
Eee, what's this?
I say, I didn't notice these before. They must have got disturbed with all the comings and goings in here.
Let me see. Huh. They're a load of hoof-written letters. Look like pretty soppy stuff to me. My dearest A, blah blah, secret love, blah blah, BC. Who's BC?
Well, we know a B at least. These letters seem a touch one-sided, and if they are from who I suspect, then it looks like they weren't ever actually given to A.
Most strange.
This might be a touch awkward, but we discovered some letters under your bed.
Oh, my lord. You didn't read them, did you?
And how? So you're B then? And I take it old Aristotle Gilfrey was A.
Oh, my lord, I didn't mean anybody to see those letters. They're just a silly old goat's idle fantasy. The master was kind, but never showed me any interest.
And And you wished him to?
More than anything, my lord. But it wasn't his way. He was still devoted to the mistress, and nobody would have changed that. Especially not somebody like me, I suppose.
Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
Well, some interesting information.
A bowl of fruit.
It doesn't really
You know what they
tell
say,
us
Rumple?
anything.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, doesn't seem to have worked, does it?
We need to get the needle on that. Knife is too little. If it would let me get that knife.
It's open now. It's open now. There's really nothing you need.
Well, interact with it at all.
This system must feed water into the rest of the... I suppose they must keep it...
Foolish if you are.
I think they put two together though.
This seems nice and hot now, but I'm not really sure what one does with one. Madam? Thank you for your time. I have reservation.
Won't do anything to any of the stuff out here. Very peculiar. Anything else interactable?
I have reservation. No, I don't think. No, I don't. I have I know I can carry a lot of things, but I draw the... I have reservation. I don't really think this diving suit... A diving suit, used by Guilford.
Don't appear to be anything I can see.
Thank you,
Didn't think the whales would be of interest. I don't think...
This seems one of those newfangled gramophone players.
Modern technology is wonderful.
Ah, portrait of the great fellow himself.
Distinguished looking chap, eh, Winklebottom?
A bust of the great
Not just a great composer, but an excellent at tricks too. God.
There's nothing else at the dock.
Thank you, Mr.
We don't know the way through the forest.
Thank you, sir. Farewell, Miss. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm really not sure. Ethelberta's grave, you can tell.
Don't much fancy being buried.
No, I don't think. I'm surprised Gilfrey let it get into this state. Something must have been troubling him. Must try and tidy it up for the old chap. This trusty knife will surely slice through these vexatious vines.
I say, Winklebottom, just imagine if we hadn't found that knife. Worth its weight in gold, that thing.
So now I better use the vines.
Now I can bind this driftwood together with the
That's
vines.
his wife.
Yes, that makes a most satisfactory plank.
That's his wife's grave. Okay, so we got that. His body's in the bathtub. But his wife is a duck. And his daughter was that duck that was by the cat. Okay, so we'll try this. Okay, here, I'll show you real quick then. So, this is our mortal victim. He's currently in the bathtub. We need to find a needle and thread, and then we can autopsy him. This is his wife, who's at the graveyard that we just got the vines at. She's dead. And this is the daughter who was by the cat at the graveyard. Like, we drained him out, and he's in the bathtub right now. So we need a thread and needle, and then we can get an autopsy going here. We got an apron, and we got a knife. So we got this shit all tied together, so hopefully we can get our assistant to go over to the submarine now.
This driftwood plank will make an ideal makeshift bridge over to the ship. There, perfect.
Oh yes, this will definitely hold the combined weight of a giraffe and a hippo. Absolutely no danger here.
Have a little faith, my friend.
How the hell does a giraffe get in here?
No notes about the times the vessel has been taken out. Nothing particularly recent as far as I can tell. Times, dates, coordinates, that sort of thing.
All a load of bloody gibberish to me. Oh, I say, the last page has a note written on it.
My dearest Ethelberta, a reminder that should you need to open the safe in my absence, you have only to play our tune.
Fellow has a safe then. Best look into that. Always some good clues in safes. Quite a lot of good that note does us though. How do we know what their tune was? Fella could have been a bit more explicit.
I rather suspect that was the point. Anyway, we don't know, but somebody else might. We'll need to find out where this safe is too. Maybe one of the staff would be able to help there.
Well, the daughter was the only one who's likely going to know the tune. Oh, those are commissions. I need to actually put new ones though. I've been meaning to do that for quite a while.
I suppose they kept this round in case it was needed to unstick a valve or something.
This worked nicely on the attic door.
Could have done with that earlier.
Well, we have it now. That's the main thing. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to hold my breath for long periods of time. If I'm going out there, I'll need a way to breathe.
Aha.
I say, I wonder where this goes.
I suspect it leads down to the engine. Probably just machinery and such like down there. In any case, there's a red rope blocking our path. We really mustn't cross it.
Oh no, quite so. Unconscionable. Unthinkable.
Probably for the best, truth be told. Our record when it comes to operating machinery we don't fully understand is not entirely spotless. It's a bit murky down here, though I rather fancy I can see something or someone moving out there.
I suppose some aquatic fellow might be living down here. Doesn't appeal to me. How would you ever make a cup of tea underwater?
Let me have a closer look. I say, Frumple, old thing, there looks to be a chap in a spot of bother out here.
Okay, so I need to go back and get the helmet.
Look, Frumple, there's a book of music on the organ. Perhaps you could play one of these.
No, I don't think so. Don't really care for any of them.
You've not even looked.
Well, even so. Maybe if you have a particular request, I could treat you to a performance.
Okay, so this is probably what we need to play the music on. Alright, we need to go get the helmet. We can hopefully help him, and maybe this might also work on these.
Let's give this a go then.
Wait, this might be dangerous. Let me stand back first, then you can do it.
Thank you for your concern, my friend.
Well, look at that, it's full of gunpowder.
You know, I'm not actually that inclined to just shovel a hooful of gunpowder directly into my pocket.
Okay, so, oh, the envelope might be useful for it, though.
I'm going to take a small quantity of gunpowder in this envelope.
Blimey, I'm going to keep my distance for a bit. Don't want to get myself all blown up if you drop the stuff.
Okay. So we have some powder we can use. This seems like an awful complicated system to get a stinking ass thing to try and get this deaf woman to fucking give us a needle and thread. But yeah, those are just commissions down there that I set up to go side to side of that. You, if you look at a lot of the thumbnails, you should see a lot of them in thumbnails. Anyway, let's see if the glow ball will work up here. If not, then we might have to blow it open.
A little elbow grease is all that's needed for this, I think.
Giraffes don't have elbows, do they?
Well, either way, this seems to be doing the job.
Bam.
Hello? Is anybody in here?
Yeah, that I use for my videos. Like when I go on a break, all those pictures you see, those are my thumbnails. Those are all my thumbnails I made.
I'm sure I heard movement. I say, come out and show yourself, you bounder.
I can't see. No. Wait, over there. There's somebody heading towards us. slowly. Greetings, I am Lord Winklebottom, and this is my associate, Dr. Frumple. You, I take it, are Ambrose, the butler.
Oh, thank heavens you found me, my lord. I've been trapped up here all night.
What the blazes happened to you, old thing?
Some ne'er-do-well shut me in after I disturbed them snooping around up here.
Ooh.
Tell us who.
I do apologise, my lord, but I'm not feeling too well after my ordeal. Would you be so kind as to let me rest a while before I talk about it?
Yeah, give them time to mortal me. You know. We want to let them have a chance. Also, I didn't mean to skip that dialogue. Double tap, you know. Double tap syndrome. It's like, yeah, give them a chance. I need to. Let's see. Did I get the last thing I needed? Yeah. Let's see. What do I need next? Place full of berserkers. They're cute. I like the the mage commission. Yeah, that one turned out pretty nice.
Oh, not at all, old chap. We shall come and see you in the servants' quarters presently.
Very good, my lord. Thank you.
That's disappointing. I was hoping we'd find a criminal up here or something.
Maybe we have.
What, the butler did it? Rather unlikely, what?
Just once I'd like it to be the case, though.
What's this?
Now, what's under here, I wonder?
Oh, I say.
My word, what on earth is it? And what has you so uncharacteristically blithesome, my friend?
Don't you know what this is? It's one of those machines for showing, well, you know.
I honestly have no idea.
It shows pictures, photographs, you know, of animals. Animals who aren't wearing any.
Any what?
Well, anything. At all. They're completely undressed. Or so I'm told. I never thought I'd actually see one of these in person.
How absolutely ghastly.
What kind of weird ass thing is this?
A machine that apparently shows photographs of animals in various states of undress.
Weird.
Some tape used for sealing up boxes and such like. This trunk is full of various knickknacks, trinkets, old tools and so on. Let me just check through the tools. Yes, there's a small screwdriver in here. I'll take this.
Finally! We found a screwdriver.
This trunk is full of various knickknacks, trinkets, old tools and so on.
And we'll probably have to come back to that several times, probably. Don't look like anything else. Alright, well, let's go check on the butler before he gets probably offed by someone. Okay.
Tell me about how you got trapped in the attic.
Well, sure, it was like this. I was in the attic sorting through a few of the master's belongings. It's awful messy up there, so I've taken it upon myself to do a spot of spring cleaning.
Go on.
Well, sure, while I was tidying, somebody else came in and started rooting through the boxes. It's dark up there, so they didn't notice me at first.
Who was it?
Well, alas, that I can't tell you, sir. Much as they didn't see me, I couldn't see very much of them.
Most unfortunate.
Anyway, I must have made a sound because I startled them. I tried to give chase, but they ran out the door, slamming it shut. Must have done some damage because it got jammed.
The rotter locked the door at the bottom of the stairs too.
I suppose they must have thought old Ambrose here saw them and wanted to keep him out of the way, at least for a short while. But what were they looking for, I wonder? Ambrose, I regret to inform you that your master is deceased.
I know, sir. Miss Clutterbuck was kind enough to break the news to me.
Do you have any idea who the rotter might be?
Alas, no, sir. My master was a kind soul. It's hard to imagine anybody wishing him harm.
Likely story.
We have reason to believe there may be a safe in the house somewhere.
No, my lord. Leastways, not as far as I'm aware. The master kept his paperwork in his study, but there's no safe in there.
Well, this is frustrating. I mean, just what is the point of a combination if we don't have the safe to go along with it?
Thank you, Ambrose.
So I don't like leaving him in here with that dude. I mean, I doubt it's the butler, because, you know, that's usually the most unoriginal person to commit murder, but...
This screwdriver fits perfectly. Ah, yes, here we are.
Looks like you've come up trumps, eh?
Thank you. Finally, we can get the deaf bat to heal us, probably. Lord. Speaking of which, probably a good idea to take the opportunity. Save a little.
Perhaps this trumpet would help with your hearing.
How dare you call me a strumpet? I've never been so offended in all my days.
No, madam, I said trumpet.
Now you're just mumbling, you young reprobate. Look, why don't you give me that trumpet you're holding so I can hear you better?
Thank you.
Greetings, madam.
Well, good day to you. Glad to see somebody around here has manners. Nobody else has said a word to me.
I wonder if you might borrow your sewing kit.
Well, I suppose so. Just as long as you return it. Take what you need from my bag.
Don't think the old bird will want it back after I've been using it to serve the body.
Farewell, Dame Celia. Dame Celia's haberdashery bag. Knitting, sewing, wool, threads and such like.
No, what we give. Okay. Got what we need. Time for the autopsy. Let's see what we got going on here. I mean, we've probably already figured out basically everything about it, but
Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Let me take the needle and thread and I'll get on with it. Right, I'll just get ready.
kiss the cook.
I'm not really sure about this apron. Oh well, here we go then.
Well, now I kind of get why she was willing to get rid of it with the new details that we have. Wow, that sounds incredibly
Is
messy.
that it?
Yes, all done. He was murdered, all right. Saltwater poisoning. Somebody must have tainted the water in his pipe network.
And salt water would kill him.
Yes, he's a freshwater animal. Couldn't survive in salt.
Can you estimate the time of death?
Poor chap probably only died shortly before the maid found him, but the salt could have been put into the system hours earlier. There's no way to know when the killer struck.
So we know how he was killed, but not when. That makes it hard to nail down a suspect. If it could have been done at any time, anybody could have done it. Blast!
Time for a bit of detective work then. Talk to suspects, fill up the old notebook, what?
Indeed, there's a villain on this island, and it's up to us to bring him, or her, to justice. Come, Frumple, the game is a hoof.
It's not brain surgery.
Poor Gilfrey. How sad he should end up like this. I think we've learned all we can from the poor chap. He doesn't have anything else on him.
Nothing else in here then. Yeah. So the slug's unlikely. He left the island. Was trapped during the events, not a suspect. I don't know about that. Honestly, I've been pretty suspicious of his daughter. She's acted pretty suspicious personally. Got nothing to return. Dust sheet, duct tape, and we still got the screwdriver, all that. Oh yeah, we could ask his daughter about the song.
Perhaps we should discuss the incident.
Yeah, we can get some more information from him.
Do you have any idea who would want to kill poor Gilfrey?
Not a clue, old thing. Not a clue.
He had no legal problems, nothing that could suggest a motive?
Nothing that I knew about, and I would have known.
How about the old will? There's always a big kerfuffle about the will in cases like this, at least in my experience.
Nothing out of the ordinary. With his wife dead, just about everything goes to Constance.
Just about everything?
Oh, there was an amount set aside for the staff, to ensure they were well looked after. Not enough to kill for, though.
And what can you tell us about what happened to Gilfrey?
Hard to say, old thing. I mean, there was no shortage of folks coming and going, so it really could have been anybody. Quite the collection of characters, I think you'll agree.
You don't know anybody else here?
Not one of them. I've known Gilfrey for years, but not socially. I just dealt with his legal matters.
Thank you, Mr. Spode.
Well, if we're getting new questions then. Question everyone again then. See, nothing new with you.
Thank you, Ab. Well, he seems dead to the world.
Nothing with him. I'm really concerned about leaving him in there by himself. Now you, I want to talk to this dude. I'd love to hear what he has to say.
Reverend, could we talk about the incident? What can you tell us about the incident last night?
Alas, not a jot. I arrived here and went to my room for some peace and quiet before the big event. By the time I came down, poor Gilfrey had already passed.
You saw nothing unusual.
I wish I could help you, but no, I'm afraid I did not.
Well, goodbye for now, Reverend.
God be with you, my son.
Pretty sus. He's pretty suspicious too, but he could be a red herring.
If we could talk about the incident for a moment. What can you tell us about Gilfrey's death?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I wasn't in the mansion at the time. I live elsewhere on the island. I prefer the solitude. It allows me to focus on my work.
Actually, that's a good question. Where do you live? You wouldn't happen to be able to tell us.
How was your relationship with Gilfrey?
I was very grateful to him for offering me work. Many people aren't quite so open-minded, you know.
You don't know of anybody who would wish him harm?
Not at all. He wasn't exactly outgoing, at least in the time I knew him.
But you got along with him well.
As well as could be expected. Like most people, he underestimated me. I'm capable of far more than the work he allowed me to do, Mr. Winklebottom. But I'm used to being underappreciated.
Because you're, you know.
Indeed. Not the sort of work a woman is supposed to do, don't you know? I have to work twice as hard as the others for a quarter of the recognition.
Most frustrating, I'm sure.
And on top of that, I can't even get a lab coat my size with pockets in it. It's just infuriating.
Well, that seems
Thank you, Miss Price.
interestingly pissed off. She did get pretty mad, though. Pretty sus.
Turning to the incident, then. Are you aware of anybody who might have had a grudge against Gilfrey?
Well, my lord, Pumphrey seemed most vexed of late. Said he overheard the master discussing getting rid of somebody on the telephone. He thought it was him because of an incident in the vegetable garden, but I'm sure it wasn't. I can't think what he overheard.
Please tell us in detail what you know about the incident.
Well, my lord, as you know, I discovered the master dead a short while before you arrived. The other guests were here, and I've been helping them to their rooms. I went to find the master, and there he was. Dead. Oh, it was horrible.
And you didn't see anything strange before that?
Well, at the time, I thought it odd that Ambrose wasn't helping with the guests. I never dreamed he'd been locked up there in the attic all that time.
Miss Clutterbuck, it strikes me you might have had a somewhat uneasy relationship with the victim?
Oh no, sir. The master was very kind to me.
Not as kind as you'd have liked there.
I suppose I can't blame him. A person in his position couldn't be seen with somebody like me. It just wouldn't be proper.
Well, quite so.
I fancy I might have resented him for it a bit. Oh, my lord. If only things had been different.
Did you ever discuss this with him? Perhaps he might have felt the same way you did.
Oh, my lord. I just couldn't. The shame of it.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh, I didn't ask about the safe.
I wonder if you could tell us where Gilfrey's safe is located.
Safe? Oh, no, my lord. The master doesn't have a safe.
But he must.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm afraid not. If he did, then he kept it a secret from me.
Well, this is most disappointing, I must say. Thank you, Miss Clutter.
So far, we don't got anything on the seal or the dawdle. We don't know anything about Hall. We still don't know a lot of details about it. Unlikely suspects. But unlikely doesn't mean not. Doesn't mean not.
Madam?
Yes, I'd like to know more about you, because we don't really know anything about you.
About the incident. What do you know about the incident?
I have tried to speak to the spirits, but there is a veil over these events. All is cloudy to me.
A load of rot.
Rumpel, do be polite.
Oh, maybe you're right, Doctor. Recently, I find myself wondering if my powers are real after all. Perhaps it's all in my head.
You're doubting your abilities.
I might not be the only one. Think about it. An animal of science brought me here. Maybe he didn't believe either. Maybe he planned to put me to the test. If he did, I don't know that I would have passed.
How well did you know Gilfrey?
Aristotle, not well. I knew dear Ethelberta for many years, almost since I was a Creer. I remember she was so excited when Aristotle proposed to her. He always seemed such a kind soul.
Then you don't know why anyone would have done him in?
Gracious, no. Please find out what caused this terrible tragedy, Lord Winklebottom. I fear his soul will not rest until you do.
Thank you for your time, madam. Now, about the incident. What can you tell us about Gilfrey?
I don't know him at all. No idea why he invited me. Truth be told, when I saw that journalist, my blood ran cold.
Why?
A lady has secrets, darling. Things she might want to keep away from her adoring public. I was worried Gilfrey might have discovered something about me and was planning on sharing it with the world.
Do you know anything about what happened?
Not a thing, darling. I hid away in here when I arrived. It gets so tiresome being in public, you know. So many questions, demands for autographs and all that.
Well, since you mention it, I have a piece of paper here. Maybe you could...
Rumpole, this is not the time. Farewell, dames.
Wouldn't say that was anything too useful. Well, I mean, I guess it was that. You don't know anything about... See, I don't know if the bold's supposed to be a final or could be... I mean, that's probably what I would do. I'd probably make it like a red herring, make it still possible that there's some still up.
If we could discuss the incident last night. Do you know anything about the circumstances of Gilfrey's death?
Not a jot, old thing. I mean, any one of us could have done it, couldn't we? People coming and going for this big event. I say, it could even have been you, or Dr. F here.
How dare you, sir? I'm a doctor. I would never.
Steady on, old thing. He was just making a point. How well did you know Admiral Gilfrey?
Never met the fellow. I mean, Connie has talked about him, of course, but we never actually met.
So you don't know who might have wanted to kill him?
Not a clue, old thing. Isn't it usually a family thing? Inheritance and all that?
Alas, his only family is poor Miss Gilfrey. And you, once you're married, of course.
Right, yes, I suppose so. If he'd allowed the marriage, of course. I don't think the old boy approved of me, truth be told. Like my own family, I suppose. I say, you're not suggesting we had anything to do with this, are you?
I'm not suggesting anything at the moment, sir. Mr. Spode mentioned Constance's inheritance. It will be rather substantial, I believe.
Oh, rather. I mean, jolly rotten luck and all, but she'll be a rich woman now.
And you a rich man if you're to marry her.
I say, well, that's a fine thing, isn't it? Dashed rude of you, old thing. What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, just pointing out the facts.
Well, you can get that idea out of your head right away. The nerve of you. I mean, really, it's just too much.
Thank you, sir. We have reason to believe your father might have owned a safe.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I say, we've been over every blasted inch of that house and I've not seen one anywhere.
You wouldn't, Dr. Rumpole. Father hid it. It's behind a painting in the drawing room. You won't get into it, though. Even I don't know how it opens. Father wouldn't go near it when others were in the room.
So how do you know about it?
One time, when I was just a duckling, I snuck into the room while he had the safe open. He didn't see me, thank goodness. I don't think even the staff know it's there. I can't imagine what he kept in it.
Thank you, Miss Gilfrey. Most interesting. Perhaps we could discuss your family. you happen to know if there's a particular tune or song your parents used to enjoy together?
Why, yes, there is, as a matter of fact. A song called Waddling in the Moonlight. Mother used to play it on the organ. I haven't thought about that for years.
This is the...
What can you tell us about?
Mother and I were great
Yeah,
pals.
I was so
same stuff.
very sorry.
Have
Dreadful business.
Thank you, miss. Farewell, Miss Gil.
Unlikely, I'm not sure. We don't got any door on the seal though, that's pretty sus too. A cat would be a pretty obvious suspect. Seal's the only one we don't have any boldness on. So it's probably on that shelf the music is, I imagine.